it's kind of like big pharma, okay? And I'm not saying that there's not things that have helped humanity, okay? Like the invention of penicillin, for example. I mean, people in the Amazon, like 8 hours that way, their Walgreens, their CVS, their pharmacy is nature.
Hello, everyone. I am Claudiu Murgan, the host of the Spiritual Inspire podcast. Welcome back to a new episode. My guest today is Ian Farrar. Ian, thank you for joining me.
Blessings. Thank you for having me.
And you are joining us from a beautiful location, Colombia, and we'll talk about that because you have
Yeah,
connections with this beautiful country through your wife.
I
But
do.
let's start with something boring. Tell us about yourself a little bit, how you ended up on this path of health and wellness.
Wow, that's a really great story. It began when I was a full-time athlete, a cyclist in the 80s, 90s, and the early 2000s. And I was always into holistic health. And I saw what the majority of people were doing. And I'm like, there's something not really connecting there. So a lot of the friends that were racing at the time went on to bigger and better things and put bad things in their bodies and they got really good, if you know what I mean. I wasn't going to be one of those people. So I decided to say that I'm going to make the commitment to health. I'm going to make the commitment to sports performance naturally because I was born, with a talented machine. And I started to really, really dive into holistic health. And I had a way of inspiring people to take a look at what they were putting in their bodies all the time. Because as we know, the standard American diet has really been challenging for the United States and all of North America. And I started to do really well on this natural path. And I started to discover all the benefits of green foods. And I connected with a really great friend. His name is Dave Sandoval, who's the author of the Green Foods Bible. And I started to learn about chlorophyll and the fact that it was really identical to my blood platelets and increases my blood platelets, which pretty much enhances oxygen absorption and sports performance. And I just got really passionate about raising people's awareness about how you can make an impact on your own health. So I started and launched a nutritional brokerage selling all the best superfood product lines. You probably heard of the companies Gaia Herbs, Eclectic Institute, Himalaya, the makers of Green Vibrance, selling them into all the health food stores in between, the New York City, upstate New York, up to the Canadian border. And did really well with that. But I really wanted a bigger penetration. So that guy, Dave Sandoval, who was actually mixing the Green Vibrance product, which was my top line at the time, I was doing really, really well with this. I mean, I had shelves and shelves of this product. And I said, you know what, Dave? You know what, Amy? You guys make amazing superfoods. If you take this to the world, I'll take it to the moon and back. And that was 23 years ago. But for me, I really embraced my own spirituality, my connection to a lot of the beautiful light beings that communicate with me. And when I was at the Quantum Summit last week, this is how I connected with Jay from Gnostic TV. They said, Ian, you are fulfilling your purpose, and we are 1000% behind you. And that weekend turned into a lot of amazing connections, inspiration. I spoke for about 20 minutes on stage, and there's no shortage of people that don't want to feel great. So that's a snapshot of my story. I grew up in New York City. School was not my thing. Athleticism was my thing, and enthusiasm and inspiring people. I've built a career of 30 years having these conversations. So it's a real wonderful opportunity to be on your channel to really instill in people that you are what you eat. You probably heard that. And we're all potential walking around. We just have to tap into the potential.
Yes, Ian, thank you very much for sharing that. And you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay.
now. Got it.
Ian, thank you for sharing your story. And indeed, we can be on the spiritual path, and we can, try to meditate all day long. But if our health is not up to par, we're gonna be bugged, and we're gonna be
Right.
pulled in different directions.
Mhm.
And our mind will go back to the pain in the body and how I'm going to eat or provide for myself and for my family good food, healthy food. So that spiritual thought and spiritual desire might just go sideways.
Yeah, and let me add to that. I mean, I see a lot of people like my wife is Christian, but she's very, very holistically oriented. Um, I see people go to church that have cancer and diabetes and heart disease. What are they doing about that? You could pray all you want. Unless you take action, unless you have a better relationship with your health, you're not going to get the return. I mean, you could pray, you could pray. I believe that there's a lot of wonderful things with prayer and meditation to get the body in that vibrational state to put down what's ailing. So you got to make the right decisions. Decisions shape your life. And for the past 30 years, as a health educator, health promoter, I have the formula that works for me. There are a lot of sick people out there because they're making bad decisions, if that makes sense.
Yes, indeed. And as you said, decision also is action. You have to take
Yeah.
action and responsibility for what you put in your body, what you think, what you say, because I had many discussions with previous guests about, the church and people going to the church and being religious. And somehow that state of being takes place only in the moment being in that structure, which is the church. Coming out of the church, the mindset is the same, the behavior is the same, and we are not consistent with what we prayed for inside the building.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, once you go out in life after church, it's Chick-fil-A or Chipotle or one of these fast food chains, and you're really damaging the river of life, which is your bloodstream. Okay, physiologically, our bodies haven't changed for thousands and thousands of years. Look what's changed since the mid 20th century, 1950s to now, or even before that, industrial farming, the spraying of chemicals. So, I decided to team up with the right people that wanted to help end human suffering by help people make better decisions. They don't have to be plant-based like me. They don't have to be, completely disciplined like me. But if you do 5, 10, 15% of what I do, you're going to be much healthier.
Yes, and the health crisis, in my opinion, is similar to the climate crisis, and we want to be better. But if we will eliminate everything you just said from the water, from the air, from the food,
Mhm.
almost overnight, the cancer rate will drop maybe to 20-30% in the next 5 to 10 years, close to zero. But people
Yeah.
don't want to understand that. The medical system and pharma don't want to promote that type of concept. And the climate change similarity is that we keep going after electric or solar or fossil fuels, but there are technologies out there that we can use today to in transportation with zero pollution. And again, the government and big corporations don't want us to use them. So
Right.
it's still at the top level that this desire of us being sick is being perpetuated.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Foster Gamble's, film Thrive, we're in alignment with that. There's a lot of technologies that have been suppressed. It's surprising that even, the Tesla car company has been allowed to thrive. I mean, there was a documentary, Who Killed the Electric Car in the early 90s. But long story short, it's pretty clear that one could alter their epigenetics by helping their bodies with the right food selections. Hippocrates said it best: let food be your medicine, medicine be your food. Big pharma is not your friend, never gets to the underlying cause of anything. That's why with the Maha movement, it's going to take a lot longer than 4 years of the new administration in the United States. It's going to take 8, 12 years because there's been a lot of entrenched Machiavellian forces at work, and it's going to take a while to like really really unhinge that. It's kind of, this is the analogy, okay? When the United States military, went into Iwo Jima and Okinawa and all those battles, okay, the Japanese were really entrenched, okay? It took a long time to clear out the enemy. Now, it's kind of like big pharma, okay? And I'm not saying that there's not things that have helped humanity, okay? Like the invention of penicillin, for example. I mean, people in the Amazon, like 8 hours that way, their Walgreens, their CVS, their pharmacy is nature. And that's what we launched with the company that I've been involved with for 23 years called Purium Health Products. We're an organic superfood company that really helps people tap into their potential by making healthier choices. You don't have to be like me, but if you drink one green drink a day and you're taking care of your gut microbiome and you're drinking high quality water, you're going to be so much better off, Claudio.
Yes, and the danger with the 4 years you mentioned is that after 4 years, if another um, president will come in, everything will go in reverse if pharma will have the right lobbyists, unfortunately. And unless people will wake up in this 4 year time frame and they want to go back to what we had prior.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is my deep intuition that I don't think we're going to go back given what the United States experienced the last 4 years. I'm not getting into left, right, but I kind of know the deal. The people are going to see the country thriving. They're going to see what's happening and hopefully, proper elections happen.
Indeed. And I don't think that health or being healthy and have a healthy mindset has anything to do with politics, either Republicans or Democrats,
No.
liberals or conservatives, is a decision we make. And we have to impose that decision or tell the government this is how we want to move
Yeah.
forward. Stop with all these shenanigans, with all this pollution. Let us live our life in a healthy
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really great, changes happening in Canada. I'm really happy that Justin Trudeau stepped down. See you later. And then there was been a big change, here in the United, well, not here, but in Colombia, they still have a socialist Marxist president. But in the United States, you know, we've seen a big shift. I'm all for what works. I'm all for abiding by the Constitution, stay out of my business, especially stay out of my health orientation, because the Food and Drug Administration in the United States, they suppress holistic, or they used to, and they approve things that actually hurt people. Okay, I mean, a herb, a natural vitamin, the plant kingdom has never really hurt people. So long story short, the cartel, the big pharma, is gonna have to change it up a bit. I think they're still gonna be around, but health and wellness, that's been my wheelhouse, and I'm a health ranger, here to serve everyone in the 21st century. Because if you want to thrive in this century and you want to live to be a centurion, you got to make some serious lifestyle choices, because you're going to rob yourself of the time. So at Purium, we're all about helping people extend their time. That's your most precious asset. It isn't my beautiful home behind me. It isn't my watch. It isn't my car. It isn't what you have in the bank. Your bank is your time. Okay. So at Purium, that's what we're committed to. We're committed to helping people. There's a quote here on the top of our products. It says, "The quality of food you eat is equal to the quality of a life you live." Think about that for a second. Okay. Now, is your quality of life a 10? If it's not, you need to have me in your life to show you the yellow brick road of health.
I agree. Extend your life, but be healthy at the same time. Don't, sag in your life beyond 80 years old, something like that. And I
Yeah.
agree with you. I'm all about healthy lifestyle. And
Yeah.
in April, I'm going to launch a book. In fact, it's called Alternative Methods of Healing,
Oh
which
man.
is a book curated from interviews with my guests like Dr. Bruce Limpton, Kimba
Awesome.
RM, Alba Weinman. It's all about energy healing, sound
Great.
healing, breath work, anything
Yeah.
that people can access pretty much for free or very little for a very little price.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, Health is free, disease you earn. The information that I give to people, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. Now, I've worked, Claudia, with tens of thousands of people. Okay. In my work with Purium, which is the superfood company based in Southern California that I'm the founding brand partner of, I gave the people the right idea to do this. Decisions shape your life. Okay. Applied knowledge shapes your life. You can make that bad decisions. People continue to party even into my age. I'll be 57 years old, and people are like, oh, wow. I go, listen, there's no wow. It's just feeding your cells, slowing down the aging process, okay? Helping your cells replicate instead of die, okay? Having great conversations with yourself, okay? Having great conversations with yourself could really change your physical outcome, believe it or not. It's just getting in touch with yourself, getting in touch with your innate intelligence, getting in touch with your consciousness and the river of life, which is your bloodstream. It needs to be nourished. So, like with green foods and all of this amazing rainbow of the plant kingdom. I mean, I can't wait to get up every morning and do my regimen.
Beautiful. And we mentioned Colombia, and I know is a beautiful, beautiful country. The
Yeah.
Kogi tribe in northern Colombia considers themselves the knowledge keeper of the earth.
Yes.
Have you had the time to connect with the energy of the country and move
Yeah,
around?
I have. I mean, of course, you have like the cosmopolitan aspect of Poblado where we live. I mean, I showed you how, lush it is. Medellin is like Medellin, Colombia is like a city like this, and then there's these high rises on the side of the mountain. That's where we live. And I've gone to some really, really beautiful remote places, and you really, feel the energy. And people say, "Oh, well, it's a third world country." You know what? To a certain extent, there are aspects of that are different from Canada and the United States, but it's kind of cool that, you're in the middle of nowhere and you actually see people that are actually living the way they've been living a long time, and they're a lot happier because you don't have to participate in the so-called, 21st century economy to have happiness. And there is a lot of amazing nature. Of course, part of the Amazon, which I haven't been to yet, but I've seen and experienced, some really, really wonderful places. And we come here about 3 months out of the year. This is my stepson's spring break. He's not with us, but this time we decided to come here. And the healthcare here is amazing. And there's a lot of holistic, health-oriented people here too.
Yes, and there is a Canadian filmographer and ethnobiologist. Is called his name is Wade Davis,
Nice.
and he spends so much time in Colombia. He wrote 2 or 3 books about the country that he received an honorary medal from the president like 10 years ago. And
Hey,
he said that Colombia, to him, is the most beautiful country in the world. Has everything someone will want to see and go and spend time.
yeah, the country has amazing resources. Some are used, unfortunately, for, economic gain. But when it comes to, they have an abundance of water, okay? They have an abundance of like incredible species of birds, and it's just awesome, you know? Really, really awesome country. And we bought our home here because my wife is from Colombia. My wife grew up here in Medellin, Colombia during the 80s, which is a very tough time.
Yes.
And in the United States, the 80s, the United States and Canada was a totally different thing. But it's just a beautiful culture. When you go down the mountain, because we live in a very modern part of the city, still lots of lush and trees, but you kind of see the way, I'm riding up the mountain because I'm a cyclist, and you still see like the cows just grazing like on the side of the road. And it's like a highway that has a bike lane, of course. But I'm looking up to like 8,300 feet right now at the top of the mountain there, and it's just beautiful just to look at.
Yes, indeed. Beautiful indeed. In fact, I had the chance, the opportunity to visit Colombia, the northern Colombia last year in March with the Kogi tribe. It didn't happen, but it's still on my list. I will
Yeah,
see.
make that happen. I still haven't gone to the Amazon, and I want to go. I don't think it's going to disappear, but I want to go. I want to go. I haven't been to Brazil. I haven't been to some other countries, but there's just so much to see. In Colombia, I've been to San Andreas. Haven't been to Santa Marta, been to Cartagena, of course, and they have that like walled city that the Spaniards built.
Yeah.
It's quite awesome. If you've ever been to New York City and you've been to Soho downtown, it's
Yes.
kind of like it's that inside the walled city. So you have all those shops and you see the whole, the Spaniard influence of architecture. You open up a door and there's like this amazing restaurant. You never thought that would be there. So the country's just really, really beautiful.
Nice. Ian,
Mhm.
I didn't mention at the beginning that this episode will be a little bit different than my regular interviews because you are a successful businessman. You build
Yes.
successful businesses, and Purium is a network marketing business, has this type of structure. So,
Yes.
for those who are in health and wellness and spirituality and would like to generate more income for themselves, can you please describe your business model and the
Yeah.
benefits of the products?
Absolutely. Our whole formula is, we raise people's awareness about the pollution, we offer the solution, and then the distribution. I gave Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner the idea to take the products network marketing because people educating and enlightening people is the best way of commerce. Now, there are a lot of other companies out there, and unfortunately, network marketing for a lot of people, they got a bad taste in their mouth. Well, we're a completely holistic, spiritual, vibrational, different level type of company. And on the top of each of our packages, okay, that's what our mission is. Okay, the quality of food you eat is equal to the quality of life you live. And we also help people get out of the paycheck matrix, the linear income aspect. Now, I'm a multiple seven-figure earner with the company. My volumes are incredibly strong because I've helped a lot of people and they've helped a lot of people fall in love with lifestyle and organic superfoods. Now, there's lots of nutritional products out there and there's lots of companies out there that sell their products through network marketing and they're mediocre at best. That's why I wanted to find the right people to have the best superfoods and the best opportunity. We launched a $50 gift card marketing system where anyone that I meet could benefit from $50 off our products when they spend a certain amount with Purium. Opportunity is limitless. I mean, I do a lot of podcasts and I inspire a lot of their viewership to make an investment in their health. And if they want to make some extra income or a completely, change of career, they can do it with me and Purium. I mean, to join, to get involved, all one needs to do is just invest in your health. You're looking at about $384 US to get the ultimate lifestyle transformation, which is next to me. And that's it. All people need to do is transfer by to our superfood. So if you're taking a protein shake and it's from whey, ours is plant-based and better and organic. So it's upgrade, transfer by, and when you refer people, you get to make this golden stream of income called residual income. I've been making residual income for 30 years. And to be honest, I have an incredible lifestyle. It's not full of luxury, items and goods. It's full of freedom and time. I have one watch, okay? I have one car. I got a beautiful home in our country, in the country of Colombia. I live in Orlando, I live in Florida. But right now it's about helping liberate as many people as I can from the pitfalls of poor dietary choices and the paycheck matrix. So the Purium economy is available to all. And it's a blessing that I connected with Gnostic TV at the Quantum Summit in Cape Canaveral. And now I'm meeting you because I met Jay and he introduced me to you. And I'm meeting all of these amazing people that I'm 1000% like-minded about. And I get to help nourish them and continue to raise the vibration of freedom and liberty for all. Hey everybody, Ian Farrar here. For those of you who don't know, I happen to be the founding brand partner of Purium Health Products, the transformation company. I'm going into my 22nd year of helping people transform their lives. In this box right here, we have a complete program to take your health and your life to the next level. It's a 30-day program, but we want you to think about taking your life to the next level and committing for the rest of your life because health is wealth. And if you don't take care of your health, you're not going to have too nice of a place to live. So for all of you out there that want to take advantage of this amazing opportunity, I have a $50 gift card for you, or 25% off, where you could get the ultimate lifestyle transformation, and you will get free coaching from me just as long as you commit to your lifestyle transformation.
Yes, and there is nothing wrong with those who want to have two watches or two cars. It's
Nothing.
just that you decided to not have the hassle of worrying about these additional assets that can become a liability long term.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my gold Rolex is actually appreciating given the gold price today. How about those apples? I mean, I actually started buying precious metals in 2002, and people are like, "What are you doing that for?" Well, that was a good move. Getting involved in the superfood business, you are aligning with the trend that will always be. Okay? So there are technologies that get outdated, but health is never going to be outdated. It's something that's always cool and fashionable, and a conversation. Whoever I meet, I met with a top doctor here that has a huge following, and he's a holistic doctor, very successful. And I was kind of schooling him on products, and I was like, whoa, this is great. Maybe I should have been a doctor.
So Ian, did I see correctly on your website that you also offer products for dogs and cats?
Yeah, yeah, we have great stuff for cats, great stuff for dogs, and it has the formula of Biomedic in each formula. Okay, this is a product that clears glyphosate. Glyphosate has been proliferated in our food supply in Canada, United States, and it's a weed killer, and it's very detrimental to your gut as well as your, animals. So this has, the ingredient in it, amongst others in the pet product, that will help nourish your animals, give them what they need, and they get cancer too because they build up on toxins because glyphosate's in their food. And if they're out in the yard where that's sprayed, that's a challenge. So the Biomedic that I shared with you, Claudio, is a cornerstone to our ultimate lifestyle transformation. Everyone that's going to watch this video has a digestive system. More often than not, it's compromised. So using these products along with Biomedic, which is a capsule in the morning, capsule in the evening, as per our schedule, you're going to be taking care of your second brain, which is your gut microbiome, which is really important.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Now let's switch back to the spiritual side of your life. Do you have a spiritual daily practice?
I do. I mean, I have a daily practice of aligning myself with all of the angels that are near and dear. And just to let everyone know, my name is Ian, and I've seen 67 license plates with my name on it and numbers, angel numbers. And I read those numbers, and that's my conversation. And I've been having these experiences for the past 10 years. So, I go to a quiet place, and that's where I have my conversation at the round table, whether it be Raphael for healing mental, physical, and emotion, for Michael, fulfilling my purpose, Nathaniel, all of them that want to give me what I need at that time. So I was born Jewish. I met my wife, and we kind of did the Christian thing a little bit, and it just really didn't fulfill my needs of the greater realm. And that's what I really enjoy. I mean, they have conversations with me like after a conversation with Jay, in all these meetings, and I see a BMW pull in with 444 on the license plate. My condo in Orlando is 444. I get spoken to in numbers. So I look up the angel numbers, and it's a message. Like, I happen to be in the industry of network marketing, NWM. I've seen 12 NWM license plates. I mean, and then the numbers that correlate. Ian, you're on the right path to fulfilling your whatever. I ride to the top of the driveway here. This is 18% driveway up to a 20-kilometer climb to up to 8,000 feet. As soon as I get to the top where the climb starts, an SUV goes by with Ian 967. I can't make this stuff up. And then I get back home because it takes me like almost an hour to get to the top of the climb, and then 15 minutes down. So on the way down, of course, I can't wait to get my computer or my phone to read 967. And lo and behold, it was another wonderful message. So I'm really connected, and I love connecting and talking to people like you that are open to these other channels of this great life.
Beautiful. And I think religion is just a label, and I might get some flack for
Yes.
that, but our connection with God is unique. Doesn't matter what again label we put on ourselves, what the parents slapped on our chest when we got
Yeah,
born. But later in life, it's our decision to take that path that will enrich our life and enrich our spiritual path.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And we mentioned that you are very successful. You have the freedom to go anywhere in the world.
I
So,
do.
have you had the chance to visit any sacred sites or energy potent sites anywhere in the world?
We went to an incredible Buddhist temple in Japan, and we climbed like 2 or 3 kilometers to get there, and that was really, really wonderful. We were late for the bus coming down. We were late for lunch, but we had to do it. That was really, really cool. Um, I went to Turkey, Istanbul, Cappadocia. I mean, I saw a lot of really, really ancient sites. Been to what's the place called? It was like the Roman saw a lot of that old stuff, and I really felt that energy there. I mean, it was kind of the downfall of an empire.
You mean in
In the
Rome?
yeah, no, not in Rome, in
In
Turkey.
Turkey, like Delphi, or
No, not Delphi. It was another town. It was another ruins. It'll come to me. But I've been to some of those epic places. Um, that really, of course, been to Europe. Nothing really stuck out for me there other than going to some of the World War II historical sites because I'm really into that historical aspect. Um, yeah, that was a whole other thing. But yeah, I've seen some pretty beautiful places in the world, and I'm very fortunate to talk to a lot of people, team up with a lot of people, and create that magic.
nice. In we talk about health in the United States, and that has to change over the upcoming years.
Mhm.
What's your company's approach to change the mindset of the new generation and use your product and get rid of the Starbucks or the Subway or the Doritos and all these crappy, unhealthy foods, if we can
Yeah,
call them
well,
foods?
that's our focus. We have a coffee protein, which is an alternative to what you get at Starbucks. So we have a really, really great catalog of products, but the introduction is the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And the ultimate lifestyle transformation is $13 a day. And there's a system to this. There is food, there is products. But the thing is, this breaks people's addictions to what they shouldn't be doing. They're not going to go to Chipotle anymore. They're not going to go to Subway anymore. They're not going to go to McDonald's or Burger King anymore. They're going to make healthier choices. So that it's helping them retool this. And then the river of life, which is their bloodstream, will get healthier. So this is an amazing product grouping. And I'm not making any claims, but there's several major diseases that I've helped people with. And you let the body work and magic happens. Okay. Pharma will never get to the underlying cause, but when you change over your chemistry with green foods, you clean up the gut microbiome, you get proper sleep, magic happens.
Beautiful. And we mentioned that Purium is a network
Yes.
marketing based company. Considering the technology we are using right now and the market is changing almost every single day, is so dynamic, how are you going, or how do you see the network marketing changing or adapting to these new developments?
Well, I got involved in network marketing 30 years ago. Okay. This didn't exist. Okay. So, I've seen tremendous changes. It's evolved. We're in wave 5 right now. I got involved in wave 3, wave 4. So, I mean, look, I'm seeing you real time. We're doing this. I didn't have a computer when I first started. This is enabling me to get my voice and, exposing people to greatness just like this. Okay. It was one to one. I would go down to Wall Street. I walk around New York City. I would have conversations all day. So network marketing will continue to grow because there's an unlimited amount of people that want more opportunity. You've heard my definition of opportunity, and hopefully they want more health. So it's an endless opportunity with no limit. Okay. I mean, I'm still rocking and rolling 30 years into the business of inspiring and help people tap into their potential, if that answers your question.
Yes, indeed. Ian, if you'd have the power or the chance, the opportunity to give humanity another gift other than what you are offering right now, what would that gift be?
Believe in thyself. Believe that you have incredible power from within to achieve everything that you desire, because they listen and they will provide when you are in that positive state of manifesting your dreams. Look at me. I mean, I was a kid, had learning disabilities growing up. I chose athleticism as my way out. And look at me today. I could have gotten addicted to drugs. I could have gotten in, a lot of bad situations, but I decided to pursue a much better path. So if I can make it, so could all of you.
Thank you. What is your relationship with God, the Creator, Spirit?
It's incredible. I mean, I just got off the phone a little while ago with my universal power. Just kidding. But I have that two-way conversation all the time. I mean, on my way to the Quantum Summit, I didn't hear that, like, God's voice. But Ian, you're on the path to fulfilling your destiny. It just got put in that sense. So I do have that divine connection, and I enjoy that divine connection. I cherish it. I love it. I do a lot of practice, to check situations, people. Gnostic TV was off the charts. So I'm really, really, it's such a blessing to connect with Jay and April and Victoria, now meeting you. And I have a great relationship with the powers that be.
Thank you. So that means I'm on the favorable side of your spirit guides that you are here today.
Yes, you are. And it's really, really great to now have a friend in you and also speak to all of your viewership, because it's my passion and my purpose to do what I do.
And we are at the end of this lovely conversation. Any final thoughts?
Listen, if it's to be, it's up to me. Okay. No one's going to do anything for you. If you invest in thyself, you invest in positive thoughts, more often than not, there's going to be a positive outcome. Okay. So be your best friend and not your enemy. The person looking back at you in the mirror every day has an incredible opportunity. So make it happen.
Thank you very much. Much love and all the best in what you are doing.
Thank you so much, Claudio.
And to my viewers, thank you for watching. Share it, leave a comment. Visit gnostictv.com and spiritualinspired.ca for all the episodes. And until next time, love and gratitude.